Welcome back. Today we're talking about the importance of making sure you have your utility lines marked, especially during the spring when you might want to start an outdoor home improvement project. Joining me now with more on that is Jorgen Hoffling. She's the Strategic Communications Advisor for Dominion Energy for both Utah, Wyoming, and Idaho. Thanks so much for being here. Glad to have you with us.
Yes, thanks for having me.
An important conversation.
Yes.
So much so that there's a month dedicated to being safe on this very topic. Talk about the importance and the need for setting aside a month to discuss this.
Yes, absolutely. So April is National Safe Digging Month, and I know, like a lot of Utahns, I just bought a house and I'm itching to get out there. I want that weather to cooperate and get out there and check off those pesky to-do items.
Yeah, the snow kind of put it off for now, but you know, just wait a couple days and we'll be back in the 70s and then you'll be ready to go, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Tell me a little bit, if you could, generally speaking, what are some of the consequences of not taking this seriously?
Absolutely. So we want you to call 811 for projects both big and small. I think sometimes when people think, oh, I'm using heavy machinery, it gets on their to-do list. So moving patios, moving decks, those sort of things, but little projects are important too. So if you're putting in a basketball hoop, for example, or planting trees or shrubs, those are just as important, because if you hit a line, you could cause an outage, you could cause some traffic issues, as well as we want you to be safe. So it's really important to call 811.
Personal injury, obviously a possibility with this as well. We mentioned a little bit that you may just want to call and have your lines marked, whether you really have a project planned or not. Is that what you recommend, or should you really, as far as timing goes, wait until you have something in mind before you want to do that?
So Utah law does require that you call 2 business days before you actually start getting that shovel in the ground. So plan for those holidays, plan for those weekends, and make sure that you get that done in time and put that as part of your planning. Those marks are good for 14 calendar days after. So we want you to be safe, because sometimes those lines can be kind of shallow. So you really don't know until you get those lines marked, and it's just a good indicator to help you safe.
That's good advice there. Some of the projects you mentioned that you want to call ahead for, that might not be on the top of people's minds. So really, do you just need to play it safe no matter what you might be planning and get that done? Absolutely.
811 is free. So it's free to get the lines marked. You might as well do it. It's paid for the utilities, such as Dominion Energy. I brought my this is a typical size line.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that. That's what you might come across when you start digging in your yard?
Yes, so this is the size that you would typically encounter under your lawn, for example, that runs from the main into your meter for a gas line. And so this is little.
Is that the line, or does that cover the line?
This is the actual line. So
no kidding. Can I see that real quick?
So you can see how, if you jumped on a shovel, how easy it would be to puncture it or to just go right through it. So
absolutely. So this here, the gas is going through this.
So it's fairly small, and so that's why it's so important, because it's really easy to damage it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So you want to always plan ahead, and so you mentioned 811 is what you can call, but you also have a website that people can go to learn more information as well.
Yes, so you can call the traditional 811, that's a toll-free number, but you can also go and submit a ticket online, and you can also use the mobile app that they have. And those are both great ways if you're planning. They're available 24/7, and so it's easy to fit that into your projects.
Okay, all right. Always be safe as opposed to sorry. There's some information there on the screen for you as well. And when they come out and mark, they're going to show you where the lines are and how deep they are in the ground as well.
They'll mark them, they're color coded, so you can go onto bluestakes.org and it'll tell you the different colors for the different utilities. And then once you see those marked, just make sure you're being really careful, giving it a 24-inch berth. And if you do have to dig in that area, make sure that you're hand digging and just being really careful.
I'm kind of shocked that that's what our gas is traveling through right there.
It's pretty little, and so it's always important. Better be safe than sorry.
Okay, thanks so much for your time.
Yes.
Important conversation. Alana?